This is the first video in a series of videos on solving trigonometric equations. We are going to start with a simple case and then deal with more complicated questions at each step. So let's look at the question where we want to solve root 2 sine 2x minus 1 equals 0. And let's set the domain to x lying between negative pi and pi. First step, rearrange the equation, and that results in sine 2x equaling 1 on root 2. Now that's positive, and we know sine is positive in the first and second quadrant. And the other thing we need to look at is our domain. So original domain was 4x, so here we're dealing with 2x, so we double everything. That would be between negative 2 pi and 2 pi. Now I know pi on 4, sine of pi on 4 is 1 on root 2. So 2x equals pi on 4. That deals with the solution being in first quadrant. Second quadrant would be pi minus pi on 4. So that would be 3 pi on 4. And then going around to negative 2 pi would mean turning clockwise. That would take me to negative 5 pi on 4, and then back into the first quadrant would be negative 7 pi on 4. So that's for our 2x. We're solving for x, so we divide everything by 2. You can see our set of solutions. Now if I go back to the original domain, x was between negative pi and pi, and you can see that the 4 solutions lie between negative pi and pi. Let's look at a second example. In this case, we want to solve tan theta minus pi on 3 equal to negative root 3. And let's set the domain to between 0 and 2 pi. I don't need to do any rearranging, and I know tan of what angle gives me root 3, but I want to look at the domain first. Our domain is for theta, but we're looking for theta minus pi on 3. So I go and change my domain by taking away pi on 3 from my domain. The next thing I need to look at is the region that we need to work with, and we know that tan is negative in the second and the fourth quadrant. Remember, we're looking for negative root 3. Alright, so the solution theta minus pi on 3, remembering our domain for theta minus pi on 3, the answer for that for tan is pi on 3, but starting in the negative pi, starting my domain from negative pi on 3, so the actual negative pi on 3 is our first solution. Then so that would be here. The next one would be in the second quadrant, so that would be pi minus pi on 3. And then I can go around all the way to here again to meet the domain of 2 pi minus pi on 3, and it just happens to fall right on 2 pi minus pi on 3. So that would result in theta equaling 0, pi, and 2 pi.